Sandbach, a proud market town with a rich heritage which goes way back past the 14th century. It's strange to think that what made it such a great town back then is still reflected in its recent history. It was a major stopping off point for coaches travelling between the north and south, and it was famous for its liquor and yarn production. Fast forward to the 20th century, still an important manufacturing town, and so easy to get to. But that's not so much the case today, as we'll come to later on. This is a vibrant place, and the people here are passionate about their town. Its identity is strong, and this feeling goes back for generations. It has been said that the only constant in life is change, and the trade and industry around Sandbach is no exception. But the town itself is still the great place it always has been, so who would want to alter it? And the key to preserving this is striving to keep what makes Sandbach, Sandbach. For example, nationally, we've got to build more homes. Despite resistance, and who can blame people, this has to happen. But let's also think about socio-economic change. More people are working from home, people are travelling less, the population is ageing. All these things will not only change Sandbach, but every town in the country. With all this going on around us, the key concern is, what's best for Sandbach? We speak to the people in the town, and they're very clear about what they want. Proper skilled and semi-skilled employment, more public amenities, and better access from this motorway. Today, this junction is running freely, but come here at rush hour and it's choked up with traffic. Everybody knows this. We also know it's going to improve thanks to recent government funding. So you might ask, what else will the Capricorn Park development bring to the party? Let's bear in mind that the Highways Agency plans only extend so far. Using Capricorn Park land, the scheduled improvements will be enhanced with feeder lanes and traffic control. This mixed-use development will provide valuable uptake in the housing requirement whilst creating proper employment opportunities, plus potential for amenities like healthcare and retail and leisure facilities. We've seen that the Capricorn team is more than capable of delivering and have all sustainability issues covered. But what about responsibility? The task of bringing a significant development such as Capricorn Park is not to be taken lightly. Its presence will last for generations, and this is a major responsibility. Constantly, research is ongoing into important areas such as projections of future population numbers, wealth, employment needs, family sizes, leisure activities, down to basic analysis of what amenities are present or lacking. But equally important, what do the people of Sandbach want to see happening to their town? Okay, so what do you think of Sandbach as a town?
I think it's a growing town. I think it needs to continue to expand. I'm all for the new properties that are going to be built here. I think it's important that we have the town plan, and I'm concerned that the council seem to have been caught a bit asleep with that. There's been a lot of publicity about the fact we haven't had a full plan, and that's why the developers are putting in plans everywhere. Now, I don't know whether that's true, so I'll put a caveat in there. But yeah, I want the town to expand. I think it's got to expand to survive.
It's got a lot of good shops in it, and you know the people are very, very friendly, and the town itself is a good market town. You know, the market on Thursdays is excellent.
I like Sandbach as a town. It's nice, it's friendly. I like the different shops we have. I like the fact that we have a shop like Aldi and a shop like Waitrose, so we can get our fruit and veg, our shopping produce is covered. I try to stick to shopping in Sandbach rather than going out of town.
I think it's a nice, quaint town. I think that really we could do with some more shops, that sort of thing. There's so many people here now, it's expanding. We've been here 10 years and it's expanded quite a lot since then.
You have two children. Is there much for them to do around Sandbach?
Not particularly, no. If they want to go to, say, the cinema, they'd have to go to Crewe or go outside of town for something to do, really. So we would welcome anything like that, a cinema maybe for the children.
There's absolutely nothing to do. If you like, I think even the teenagers, people that are a lot younger than me, the kids just walk around and it makes it look scruffy and horrible, but there's nothing else for them to do. It's like a park, and you know, obviously it's for like little kids.
Just stuff for us to do when it's hot, because there's not much for us to do except go on the park.
So what sort of improvements would you like to see?
I think in basic infrastructure we've got to get junction 17 sorted out, which must be what everybody says. It's a real pain, it's dangerous, it clogs up getting in and out of Sandbach in the morning, it backs up onto my road, Coniston Road, so it affects me personally, and I think it's dangerous, as I said, it needs a solution.
Something more for younger children, yeah, younger teenage children really. I have a 12-year-old son and he spends a lot of time in the park, which is fab now that that's been done up. But I suppose sometimes something more for them to do would be a good idea.
As a shop owner personally, I'd like to see styles or different types of shops. Currently we've got a lot of charity shops which I love, they're great. We've got a lot of eateries, sort of cafes, takeaways. But really I think we need some sort of clothes shop or good big brand names, you know, would be good.
More jobs and something for the younger generation to do. Yeah, because I mean, I know Crewe's not too far away, but for those that don't drive, it would be ideal to be able to go up to Sandbach, go to the pictures there or eat out, a bit of shopping, you know, that sort of thing, definitely.
The nightlife could be better. I just set up a restaurant and there's only one other bar in the town and we have quite a large bar.
Probably a bigger gym, like closer gyms, things that aren't so expensive, because obviously everyone's got no money and it's hard to get a job, and I don't know, it's just bits and bobs that you could do, anything, like clubs, like yoga.
The town lacks a bit of soul now because it hasn't got any jobs really in general. It's just a commuting centre, I suppose, for Manchester. And
So if you could tell me what you think about the proposed development at junction 17.
Personally, we think it'll be quite good for a business. Anything that brings more people into Sandbach. Admittedly, they may well just stay on in a retail park or wherever the park is, but then it might also bring them into the town, because it is a quaint town, it's a lovely town.
I mean, I drive in the town. For one, there's far too many cars, so if they're going to build a housing development, they need to look at building road infrastructure or spending money on that. But I can't see why it's a problem. It's 2 junctions away from Manchester. It's an hour's drive to Birmingham, so it's inevitable that the town needs it.
So what sort of supermarkets would you like to see?
Well, Sainsbury's, Asda, Tesco's, just something that, you know, is big and has everything under one roof rather than having to go to 2 or 3 different shops. I don't have the time to do that otherwise.
Hopefully a new junction layout would help people to be able to get into Sandbach. What we would really like the developers to do would be to put maybe a sign up at their development to say that historic Sandbach is only 2 minutes away down the road, parking is free, and please come and visit us and see what fantastic set of independent and other shops, you know, that we have that people can come and visit.
Sandbach is a historic market town with an awful lot of history within it, which we want to preserve. It's one of the major features of Sandbach. Another feature is the fact that we have so many good voluntary groups and activities going on in and around the town all the time. There's loads for people to do, so it's a great place to live. It used to be famous for truck production, Fodens and ERF, but we've lost all that heavy industry now, so what we really need is something to give people in the area jobs. Of course, it's very convenient being right by the motorway, so it's an ideal place to position your business.
So you can see why Capricorn Park is being billed as a gateway to Sandbach. An attractive development with easy access from the motorway that will encourage visitors into the town itself. Far away enough not to affect the fabric of the town, but close enough to make a positive difference to Sandbach.